to give a slow clap to the Pacers, finally snapping that 13-game skid. A little win over the Hornets, 114-112. A lot of information in this. Pascal Siakam with 30 and 14. TJ McConnell, season high, 23, 8 assists off the bench. LaMelo Ball with 33, 8 assists off the bench. We'll get to that. Brandon Miller ejected after 2 techs for arguing, and Colin Sexton did have a chance to tie it up and miss the shot. But obviously that story is the LaMelo Ball coming off the bench. Boogie has not done that since his rookie year, and the reports were all that, hey, we're going to do this as a strategy to maximize his minutes, his availability on the second night of a back-to-back. Now, I love this. I think this strategy of dudes coming off the bench is interesting. What do you
wonder where
think?
they got this from.
Pioneers.
I mean, once again, I spoke on the Spurs culture before. They're usually always ahead of the curve, and they're usually some sort of a trendsetter when it comes to the NBA. We saw them doing this with the big fella and Wemby. You know, making sure he's healthy, making sure he can approach these back-to-backs the right way and looking at it long term. Cool. We now see other teams starting to copy that blueprint. And we'll see. It may be something that continues to trickle out through the rest of the league. But as far as this Hornets group, I actually like this. I like this young core. And I hope they actually give this core a chance. I mean, you got LaMelo Ball, you got Con Knuppel, you got Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges. You find you a nice, decent big. I think you have a really good chance of putting a quality team together in the East. Let this group grow together, continue to build that chemistry, continue to build that trust amongst one another. I think this is a good group moving forward. So I may be the only person that feel that way, but I do see the potential in this group, and I hope we can, see what they grow into.
Yeah, you on your own with that one, Boogie. But what I because I like them all as individual players. I think they all can play. Everybody that you just mentioned, they all hoopers. I don't think they mix well together. Con Knuppel is the only new guy in that mix. Other than that, we've seen what the rest of those guys do well together, and it just haven't worked. As far as LaMelo Ball goes, they did take a page out of San Antonio's book, and I like it. If you got a guy that's on limited minutes and you want to maximize those, I'm not much of a starter in my career, but Boogie, you know this very well. The first 5 to 6 minutes of a game, it's a fill out period, right? So if it's a fill out period and teams are trying to get warmed up, they're trying to get going, and I got a guy on minutes restriction, and I'm trying to get the best out of it. Why waste 6 of those minutes at the beginning of the game when I can put him in a position where he's coming off the bench and he's ready to go, and every minute that he's played is going to be a meaningful minute, and he's going to maximize what he can do on the court. So if I got him available in the fourth quarters opposed to the start of the first quarter where ain't a lot really going on, but in the fourth quarter it's really time to win a basketball game and he's available there with as far as what his minutes are, I like that instead. So
I love it.
I know Perk has floated around an idea or two or some interesting ideas. I know that.
Yeah, what do you make of that, by the way?
Listen, the league does some weird things, and organizations, they do some weird things when it comes to the business side of basketball. I don't know if this is necessarily the scenario to make that case for it. Perk said something. He pulled the sheet back a little bit because teams will kind of play.
Well, hold on. We got to, Lou, tell them what they said, because Perk basically insinuated or floating the idea that they are tanking LaMelo's value, trade value.
Yeah, so and I don't agree. I don't agree with that, because at this point, everybody knows what LaMelo Ball is. It's going to take you a season and a half, 2 seasons of this to even diminish his trade value at this point. When teams come calling for LaMelo Ball, they know what he's worth, and they know what they're going to get back for him. And so I don't think they're fooling nobody or tricking anybody as far as who LaMelo Ball is. But right now, while his minute situation is a little tricky, if I can maximize it this way, he had 33 and 8 coming off the bench. If I can maximize and get this out of him, or I'm on second games of back-to-backs, then it's something that I'll do. And if I can be successful, fell short last night, but if I can be successful in this moving forward, it's something I look at and it's something I do.
Man, I don't know, Lou. I don't think that's, obviously that's something that, Kendrick Perkins kind of came out of left field with, but I can't sit here and ignore that. We've seen so many examples in just this season alone. We've seen the Jonathan Kuminga situation. We've seen the Trae Young situation. We've seen the Ja Morant situation. Like, it's literally teams killing the value of their own stars. So to sit here and say, this is a little far-fetched, I don't know. I think Perk is on to something. It's obviously something trending in the league right now where teams are willing to sabotage their star players, to devalue their star players.
I just don't think this is it. I don't think LaMelo is it. The other scenarios, you might have a case. I don't think that's necessarily it. Like if he gonna have 33 and 8, that's value. That's still LaMelo Ball.
I mean, we
that
just watched the
like
guy
good.
averaging 20 and 10 get traded for nothing. Like, like I said, I don't know.
But we can't lump them up because different scenarios, different place. Like this isn't LaMelo Ball's 8th year at a franchise.
Let's compare then.
We talking about
two
value.
Bad organizations.
Right? We talking about value. Yeah, but completely different players, completely different scenarios individually when it comes to them. Organization-wise, cool. Jonathan Kuminga, you could take a look at that. I just don't think this is it. Again, if you're trying to diminish a guy value, when he heating up and he cooking, I get him off the floor. He had 33 and 8 last night if I'm trying to diminish him.
I mean, he averaging 28 minutes a game. That's not necessarily given.
He had 27 last night. But he has a minutes issue. There is a minutes issue. Like he's not gonna play.
He's averaging 28 on the season.
Right. And 27, and he played 27. You feel like
you
should
can't
play
tell me that's them protecting him from injury. Like I said, I feel like what Perk is saying is some truth in it. We're watching it happen over and over again.
Yeah, you don't I can't subscribe to it. If I'm trying to diminish your value and I still let you stay on the floor, listen. So if you can do 33 and 8 in 27 minutes, then let me see what you do in 19. Then. So I don't know. It looked like he was in the game when it was winning time. They were trying to go win a basketball game. So I don't know. It sounds great for other scenarios. I don't think this is the scenario for LaMelo Ball. That's all I think.
We're gonna have to keep a close eye on this situation.
Yeah. We'll monitor it, you guys. We'll keep monitoring. That's the big word. Pacers side, Rick Carlisle. It took a minute. Finally got to that 1,000th career win, goes along with his title in his 2011 with the Mavs. He's the 11th head coach in NBA history to get to 1,000. It's got to suck when you're on a 13-14 losing streak. You're like, I just want to get the 1,000. Where is he, Lou, on your list of coaches?
He's in a mix. You know, obviously you got your.
What is in the mix? Of course, he's in the mix.
He's in the mix. When you ask me my favorite coaches, a lot of the greats, I never played for any of them. So
that's fair. That is fair.
I can only just talk about their legacies. You know, the Phil Jacksons and the Pops of the world, and all of these guys. Man, I never played for them. I've only competed against them. Like I never played against Pat Riley. I never played against Jerry Sloan and Larry Brown and all these people. Actually, Larry Brown had me come to I thought Larry Brown was going to draft me in Detroit. He was with me in Philadelphia and then end up going to he was in Detroit during my draft process. Then he had me come in for a workout, and then 2 weeks later had me come in for another workout. And I'm like, okay, Detroit is a real option for me. And then he said, I just wanted to see if you were going to be in shape the second time that you came back in. And so that's literally the only interaction with Larry Brown and some of these vet and legend coaches that we're talking about. I don't have any experiences with them. So I feel like he's in a mix. Competed against Rick Carlisle for a number of years, had some success, had some ups and downs. I only know of him as far as some of the quirky things he do, like taping his ankles on game days and things of that nature. And so I don't have a lot of personal experiences with these coaches. So that's why I say Rick Carlisle is in a mix. 1,000 wins is a ton for anybody.
That's a lot of wins.
I agree. I don't know Carlisle that well, but we have had our experiences. It was a period in time where Carlisle was really trying to push to get me to the Mavericks, and to speak on those quirky ways. Rick Carlisle would send me weird selfies and stuff, and just say, I'm thinking about you, and I really want to, coach you and things of that nature. So it was a little weird. I don't know Carlisle.
No. We don't just go through that one. Go ahead, Lou.
Rewind that. What happened now?
Hey, man, hear what I'm saying. I don't know Carlisle that well. But
what kind of selfies? What was the background? What was the vibe? What's going on?
It was basically, I don't know what his vibe was.
Because I be sending people selfies. There's a message.
Hey, like I said, I'm speaking on what Lou said when it came to
I ain't never sent my kids a selfie. Anybody got a selfie out of me, I like them.
Right. Like you said, his quirky ways, I don't know him that well, but I do know he was very interested in me joining Dallas at some point. He told me time and time again that, he would love the opportunity to coach me. As far as the selfies, I don't know what that shit was.
How did
like
you
you said, that might
respond?
just-
Like, what was he like in a gym? Like,
You
hey,
said
buddy,
that I
think
respond?
about it.
I actually didn't. Like I left him
Okay.
more red because I don't know how to respond to that. But
A heart, just a heart
as
back.
far as his legacy as a coach, I mean, obviously he's well respected in this league. He's a championship coach. Obviously, he's one of, what do we say, 11 coaches to make
11. Yep.
1,000 career wins. So obviously, he's one of those guys in this league. He's a legendary coach. He's been to the top. He's won championships. I think his resume speaks for itself. Glad he's able to reach this milestone. I'm sure it's a bright spot in a rough season from going from a finals run to the worst team in the league. So this is definitely a bright spot, probably personally just for him. But like I said, kudos to him, and he's a well-respected coach in this league.
And listen, you know what else? I said I didn't play or have any experiences with any of these coaches with 1,000 wins. I told a story. Doc Rivers, my guy. Shout out to Doc. Yep.
I feel like you definitely
Just
played
flat out
Jerry
lied.
Sloan at some point too.
What about George Karl?
I think I played against Jerry Sloan early in my career, in the early probably between my rookie year and my fourth year is kind of when he got out of there. That Darren Williams era. So yeah, I definitely competed.
I was about to say, I feel like I played against Jerry Sloan. So I know you did.
Yeah, I competed against Sloan, Edelman. I don't even want to say his name. Pop, obviously. But yeah, Mr. Phil.
Who? What name?
Did I play against Phil Jackson? When did Phil Jackson retire? Oh no, I ain't getting spicy on here with you today, man. Look,
Is it the name I just said?
brand,
I know it's the name I just said. Why am I even trying? By the way, Boogie, if you think when we get back in
If you
studio
bring it
we're
up,
not
we're gonna
asking
tell
more
our truth.
questions, yeah, we are. There's more selfie stuff coming. We're gonna take a quick break. We've got more Run It Back on the other side. We'll talk more games. Oh wow.